Satish.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so here we are starting with the user management topic. So in this user management topic, we will be discussing about how to create a user, how to give the user's permission for a file and a directory, and the special permissions which has been included here. Okay, now for an example, I'm creating a simple user using this command user add. Okay, user add Satish. Now say that user is created. Okay, one is user is created. Now how can I able to verify it? Okay, whether the user is created or not. Okay, so after creating a user, I am also assigning a password for this user Satish. Okay, so one password is created for the Satish. Now I'm trying to log in for the same user.
Here,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm just here. Is like the default password will be assigned when
No,
you create the user.
no. We can assign our own password. I am just making it as Red Hat. That's it.
No, I mean here it says changing password will
No.
repeat new
Here
password. It says
the password is shorter than 8 characters. That is the one, right?
the upper this new
So
password.
no, what it says is what it says is like we are not following the password rules, which should be minimum 8 character,
Okay.
uppercase, lowercase, and those things. But still, it will accept our
Okay.
password. So it means
So
that
there will be no default.
yeah. It means that I'm giving the some weak password.
Okay.
So here in next session, I'm logging in as Satish. Now the user can able to log in. So it means that the user has been created properly. You can able to see here with the same mission. That is the mission name is station 2. Okay, with the same mission, I'm logging in with the same user. Now, okay, so once we have created the user, okay, the user details will reflect in 3 files. Okay, the user detail will reflect in 3 files. That is password file, shadow file, and the group file. So in these 3 files, the details will get reflect. Now, what are these details or what information will be available in these 3 files? Now, in the password file, okay, /etc/password. So in this file, we will be having all the users basic info. Okay, users basic info like what is the username, what is the encrypted password, okay, and what is the user ID, what is the user group ID. Okay, for every user there will be one user ID will be there. You can able to check that. See here, ID for user, for root user, what is the ID for root user? It's
Red Hat, Red Hat.
no man, ID is 0 here. You can able to see here. For Red Hat, sorry, for root user, the ID is 0. Okay, for Satish, what is the ID? 1001. For user 1, what is the
One.
ID? It's 1000.
Oh, ID. Okay, I thought password.
Okay, so here for each user, they will be identified either by their name or by their user ID. Here, when it comes to an user ID, in Linux, we are having some 3 types of user. That is system user, root user, and the normal user. Okay, these 3 types of user we have. So in this section, okay, the IDs, okay, the IDs, if you consider, the system user will be having the IDs less than 499, that is in the RHCL 6. In the RHCL 7, the user IDs will be having less than the 999. Now you can able to see. So first, these are categorized into 3 users: system user, root user, and the normal user. Okay, so I can say root first. It is being classified into root user, okay, and the system user and normal user. First, these are the 3 user types. Okay, root user, system user, and the normal user. So their IDs will be differing in RSL 6 and RSL 5 by this way. Now if you can see in RSL 7 the user ID will be starting from 1000. The user ID will be starting from 1000 here. See here, the user ID will be starting from the 1000. Now you can user 1 and user Satish is having the ID more than 1000. So here the next one is the group ID. Okay, so each user will be accompanying with an user ID and a group ID, and the next one is a command. Now say for an example, for this user Satish, I want to make what is that? I want to make some comments. Okay, okay. See user mode hyphen C. That is user. I'm modifying the user. I'm modifying the user's comment. Okay, as for an example, I am changing the comments as he's as analyst. Okay, for which user Satish. Now check the details again. Now in the comment section, I'm having the content. I'm having the content as analyst. The next one is the user's home directory. Okay, user's home directory. So every user will be having their own home directory. Now even if I log in here, as Satish, if I use CD, okay, the tilde symbol indicates that you are under your home directory. If you want to verify, you can verify by giving PWD. That is, for Satish, the home directory is /home/Satish. Okay, and the next one, bin bash. What is this bin bash? See, this is something called as a login shell. Since we have different types of shell, okay, since we have okay, since we have different types of shell, now we need to tell the user he need to log in by which shell out of this. We have sh, bash, no login, okay, and all this. So in this, out of these shell, which through which shell he has to log in. So here by default the Satish is being created with the bin bash shell. So that is the user details in the password file information. And the next file here, that is which we have the shadow file. I have the same explanations in the same document. So whatever we are discussing here. Okay. Okay. The next one is the shadow file. In the shadow file, it will contain all the password details. Password detail in the sense, now say for an example, I'm creating another user as Ramesh. Okay. User at Ramesh. Now in the shadow file, I'm checking the user Ramesh details. Okay, you can consider this last line. Okay, Ramesh, the password. If you have this double exclamatory, it means that the password has been not set. The password has been not set. So okay, the password has been not set. So here I can say the next details are the password aging details. Now see here now currently Ramesh doesn't have password. Now I am assigning the password. Password space Ramesh. Okay, now check the same shadow file here. Now can you able to see the transition from what it has been changed to what? So if we assign the password, it will be filled with some encrypted password in the shadow file. Okay, so that is the password details will be contained in the shadow file. And the next one is the last when he has changed the password at last. And here we have also the comments for the what is the minimum changing date and what is the maximum changing date. Okay, why we have this minimum and the maximum? I can give an example. For an example, you guys will be using your internet banking. Okay, from the 30th day. Okay, from the 30th day, it will be requesting to change the password. Okay, but we used to ignore it. Okay, but on the 40th day, it will become as a mandatory. So only if we change the password, then we can able to log in into it. So that is here the minimum and the maximum password aging date. On the next one, password expiry date. Okay, so what is the age of a password which we can decide it by using this password expiry date and account expiry. Account expiry means, now say for an example, I would like to have some contract employees, okay, where he needs to work for only for the 6 months. So in that case, for in Ramesh details, I can make this as say for an example 7/07/30/2017. So automatically by this date, his account will be getting expired. Okay, so we can also make such kind of things in this shadow file. For that reason, here the shadow file is used. Okay, the next one /etc/group file. So when we use or when we create the groups, okay, this user, okay, this user will be can be done by creating a group. So how we can able to create a group first? Now say for example, I'm creating a group called group at G1. Okay, group at G1. Okay, now when I'm adding this group, okay, when I'm adding this group, you can also able to check the same in the /etc/group file. See here. Now I have added on one group called as G1 and where the ID is 1004. Now I would like to add some of the users in this group, that is G1. Okay. In the G1 I'm adding Satish and I'm adding Ramesh. Okay. Now you can able to check these users, Satish and Ramesh, will be part of G1. Now these guys, okay, now these guys can able to access, okay, can able to access this particular user. So this is the details about this three files, that is password file, shadow file, and the group file. So is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now, mm, accessing files for members from the group. Okay. So we will be here now seeing the different modes here, how people are able to access the files and the folders. Now, okay, see here. Now, so there are different modes of creating the user. That is user add -c analyst. You can able to see which we have used for adding a comment. Now, by default, all the users will be having their own home directory. Okay, all the user by having their home directory, that is /etc slash, okay, /etc, this is /home and this /Ramesh. Now here you can able to see for Satish and Ramesh, there is a common directory, that is /home. But in the real time, people will not give this and a common directory, okay, and a common directory to everyone in order to reduce the size of a hard disk. Now I am creating one directory called, say for an example, share drive. Okay, I am creating one directory called share drive. Now I am creating another user, say user add, okay, -d, this share drive, okay, directory, and followed by thumbnail. Okay, now what will happen here is, since I have given, since I have given shared drive path for when I'm creating the user Bala, now for Bala, the home directory will be shared drive and not as /home/Bala. See here. So can you able to see the difference here? Now Satish and Ramesh is having the home directory as /home/their username, and only Bala is having as shared drive. So this is like I can able to create some of the users. Okay, I can able to create some of the users with having some common directories. See here, for both Chitra and Bala. Okay, I can able to see the and a common directory as a home directory. Okay, for this reason we will be using this -d option. Okay, you can also be able to create the user. Okay, you can also be able to create the user without the hyphen yum, that is without the home directory. If you use this -yum, the test user will be created without the home directory. Okay, then now the next example, -m and -k/d1. So what this command will do is to get the content from there from other directories in their home directory. Now say for an example, now we have this common shared drive. Okay, we have this. I'm just creating some files in this directory. 1.log, 2.log, and 3.log. Okay. Now I'm adding another user -m, -k, and then say shared drive. Okay. I'm creating a user as Ram. So now what will happen is when I'm creating a user Ram on his home directory, all these files. Okay, all these files, whatever the files which is available under the shared drive path, which will be copied to the user Ram's home directory. Now we can able to check that ls-l/home/ram. See here, the files which I have created under the shared drive. Now he can able to view. Now we can able to view the same files under the. Okay, we can able to create the files under the /home/ram. So that is, we don't want to execute another command after adding the user. Okay, to keep him. Okay, to keep him under the particular path. Okay, here you can also able to create a user with some expiration date here. Now say for an example, user add -e. I'm making as user2. Okay, the username is user2 and the expiration date 2017. Say for an example, -06-30. So till 30th of June, this user will be working. Okay. So now how you can able to check the details? So there is a command called chh. Okay, list, that is the user2 details. See here, you can able to see here as for this user2, the account expires. The account expires on June 30, 2007. So he can able to, this user can able to log in only till June 30. So we can also able to create by this way too. And to change the default login shell, okay, we can create the command by using this -s. So what is the default login shell for the users which we have created so far, guys? What is the default shell?
etc bash.
Yeah, correct. It's a bin bash where you can able to verify in the password file again. You can able to see bin bash, bin bash, bin bash. If you want to change the shell during the creation of user, you can use this -s. Now say for an example, user add -s bin, okay, ksh, okay, and user 3. Now check the same. So user 3 is having the login shell as KSH. So we can able to change the login shell also during the creation of user by amending an appropriate option. Okay. So you can able to see the other properties of a user by using this CHH, that is the password and the account expiration details. If you want to change the expiration date, now say for an example, after his contract, I would like to extend it. Okay, after his contract, I would like to extend it. So currently for the user, okay, currently for the user CHH-L user 2, okay, it's June 30. Now I would like to change it as a December. Okay, so CHH-E 2017-12 hyphen 12 hyphen sorry E hyphen 30. Okay, I'm supposed to give the username. Okay, check it again now. So we have changed the account expiry by using the CH, okay, CHH-E. Okay, right. The next one, okay, the next one is the password. Okay, so I can say that you guys can just execute the command and you can understand to assign a password, to log the user, to unlock the user, and to remove the password. So these are not what is that very big stuff to discuss here. Just by executing the command you can able to understand. Okay, here you can, how you can able to change the username. How we can able to change the username. See here there are two ways of changing the username. If you use this command, usermod -l new name -m old name, it will be changing only the username and not the home directories. It will be changing only the username and not the home directories. Now for an example, okay, here if you want to change with the home directory also, then you need to use this -d option. Okay, you need to use this -d option and the directory name, okay, and with the old name. Now say for an example, I will show you for two users. User mode -l, okay, I'm changing user 2 as 20, okay, user 2 as 20, and this should be -l new name, and this should be -m. What happened? Mhm. Okay, let me use by this way. Why it is not getting accepted? Okay, so let me check on this and I can update you. So why this command is not working? Okay, so here the next one, how to add the users in the particular group. So where we have added the user Satish and Ramesh to the groups G1, which we have seen by using this command. And when you want to delete the user, okay, and when you want to delete the user, you can go ahead with the user del okay, and the username. So here when you are using this command, it will be removing the user only from the password file and not his other details, okay, and not his other details. So if you want to remove the user thoroughly, okay, without any items left in the server, then you need to use this -r. Okay, this -r will be removing the user completely. Okay, to add the group, we will be using the group add command. Okay, and to remove the user, you can use this gpassword-d. And to add the user to the group, we are having two commands. One is gpassword, another one is gmod. Okay, so whatever you want, we can use it. Okay, to change the group name also, we have the group mode command. Okay, now here an important one, the ch1. Okay, so what does the ch1 command will do? Now say for an example, what is the okay, we have many folders here, right? I have file 1, file 2. For this file 1, who is the owner? We can say this as a root user, and the group owner belongs to the root. Now I would like to change the ownership. I would like to change the ownership. Now again for an example, I'm having a directory called support. Okay. Okay. Now in the support directory, see every time and a root user cannot able to give the permission, and he cannot able to administrate. Okay, he cannot able to administrate this particular user for giving all the time access. So hence what I'm doing here is I'm using the chown command. Okay, I'm giving the ownership to the user called Ramesh. Okay, I'm giving the ownership for Ramesh to this support directory. Now if I use this way, okay, now you can able to see now Ramesh is the owner. Okay, at the same way, if I use this -r, okay, if I use this -r command, what it will happen is it will also change the ownership to all the files and directories which is available under the support, that is to inherit. Okay, whatever the files and the directories which I have under the Ramesh, where it will be also having the same permission. Now say for an example under support, okay, under support, I'm creating a file called 1.txt, okay, 2.txt, 3.txt. Okay, now when we are doing like this, okay, when we are doing like this, I'm checking the content of the support. So who is the owner now? Root user. Now see here in the chmod command, I'm making it as in the chown command, I'm making -r. Okay, where for all the files in the folder which is created under the support directory, Ramesh will be the owner after executing this command. Now check the same. See here, after executing this -r, where the permission will inherit inside the files and the directories. Hmm. Now, as SMS like that, we have another command called chgroup. Okay, what does the ch group will do? It will change the group ownership. The chown will change the file ownership. The ch group will change the group ownership. Now, for the same directory support, I would like to give the permission. Okay, I would like to give the permission for, say for an example, G1. We have the group called G1. Okay, I want to give the group permission to the group G1 and the support. Now see here. Now for all the files which is available under the support directory, we have Ramesh as the owner and the G1 holds the group ownership. Okay. So here, now the next commands which you can able to understand here is the something called as an umask. Okay, I think you guys are familiar with this chmod command. Am I right? So which we have discussed in some of the sessions while taking the properties, the user, the file properties, and all those things. You want to discuss this
Yes.
chmod?
No, no,
No,
that's
Rohit.
alright.
Okay, fine. So now the next one is discussing about the default permissions here. See here, when I'm creating an file or a directory, okay, see here, touch a space F1, mkdir d1, okay, ls-ld f1 d1. So I have created a file, okay. For this file, what is the default permission? 644. Read, write, read and read 644. And what is the default permission for directory? 755. That is for file, it is making the default permission as 644, and for directory it is making it as 755. Okay. So why the permission cannot be as 666? Why the permission cannot be as a 777? Why it is making it as 644? Why it is making it as 755? It is based on a value called umask. Okay. If we change this umask value, the default permission would be get changed. Now say for an example, so temporarily, I am changing the umask value as umask 000. Okay. Now if you want to check your current umask value, you can use this command. Okay. To check the current umask value, you can use the command as umask, which will be printing the current permission. Now I have changed the umask value as 000, and then it's printing the current permission as 000. And now again I am creating another file, okay, and one file and one directory. Okay, one file and one directory. Okay, okay. See here now. Now I'm going to check the details of this F2 D2. Now what is the permission which we have here for file? 666, and for directory 777, right? So before applying the umask value, what was there? Before applying
6,
umask value, what was the permission?
it says 644.
Yeah, it was 644 and it was 755,
Yes.
right? And now it is 777 666. Okay, how this has been made? By using the umask value as 000. Umask value is inversely proportional. Okay, umask value is inversely proportional to the umask value is inversely proportional to this file and the folder directories. Now say for an example, I'm making the umask value as 777. Okay, I'm making the umask value as 777. So now again I am creating a file F3 and mkdir D3. Now check the properties of the same here. what happened to the file and the directory? So there is nil permission. So it means that so the umask value is inversely proportional to the file and the folder permission. So to change, okay, so to change these as temporarily, you can assign the umask value. If you want to make it permanent, okay, if you want to make it permanent, then you need to edit this bash rc file. See here, if you go to the /etc/ bash rc file, you can able to, okay, you can able to see the umask value here. Umask, it will be the,
There is 002 is there.
okay, here it is. So here is the where if you want to change the umask value permanently, okay, if you want to change the umask value permanently, then you can able to change it here, that is the umask 002 or 022. So this is the default settings which you can apply. Now people will be asking like how you can able to change the file and the folder properties by using what command, and they will be asking. So you can clearly say that by using the umask value I can able to change it. And you know that value is umask value is inversely proportional to the file and the directory permissions. Okay, right. So here I have given the same the examples here. Okay. Okay. The next one is the sticky bit permission. So what is this sticky bit permission is all about? First of all, the sticky bit permission is used only on the directories, okay, not on the file. So it means that this permission can be applied to a file, sorry, this permission can be applied to a folder and not to a file. Okay, and then only the person who created the file within the directory, only the person who created the file within the directory may delete or rename it. Okay, so now an example, I have a common directory. Okay, I have a common directory in the real time. Okay, okay, see here, now we have this directory called shared drive. Okay, now in this directory, okay, or you can take an example as temp directory. By default in temp directory, all the users will be having access to this temp directory. Now see here, I am logging in as user Ramesh, okay, and I am executing the command touch space what is that under temp. Ramesh is creating a file called Sony. Okay, in the same directory, Satish is also creating a file called, say for an example, Apple. Okay, now in the temp directory, Ramesh holds the file Sony and Satish holds the file Apple. Now when a sticky bit permission is not being applied, Ramesh can delete the Satish file, that is as Apple, and Satish can delete the Ramesh file as Sony. Now say for an example, now Satish is trying to delete, okay, RM minus RF under temp Sony. Okay, So logging in as Satish and executing the command for deleting the Sony file which was owned by Ramesh. Operation not permitted. Oh, sorry, we have changed the UMask value, right? Let it put it, okay. Let me open in another session. Okay, I'm just removing the files which was created. That is Sony and Apple. Okay. Okay. So now I am creating the files again, logging in as Ramesh and executing the command touch space under a slash term. I'm creating a file called Sony and logging in as the user Satish and creating the file as Apple. Okay. Oh, sorry. This is a Satish. Okay. Now you can able to verify the same cd space slash temp. Okay. So Ramesh is holding the file Sony. Satish is holding the file Apple. Now I am logging in as user Ramesh. Okay. I am trying to delete. Okay. By the default permission. Okay. That is rm minus rf slash temp, and he is trying to delete what? Hmm, Ramesh is trying to delete Apple. Okay.
Apple.
Yeah. Now Ramesh is trying to delete the file called Apple which is owned by user Satish. Okay. So by default the operation will be permitted because here you can able to see the others are having only the read permission. Okay. The others are having the only the read permission. So the permission is restricted. Now I am giving the full permission. Okay. As a root user, now say for an example 777 for Apple and for the file Sony. Okay. Now check the permission. Now both the files are having full permission. Now Ramesh is trying to delete, okay, the Apple file which is owned by Satish. Still operation not permitted. Why so? CH mode 777 temp. Okay, see here. Now when the temp directory is having the full permission, now user Ramesh can able to delete the file called Apple. Now you can able to see the file Apple is not available. Okay. Now what we are doing here is we are applying the sticky bit permission chmod -t to the temp. Okay, to the temp directory I am applying as a root user. Okay, as a root user I am applying the sticky bit permission. After applying the sticky bit permission, you can able to see. Okay, you can add the directory details. You can able to see a T at the end. Okay, you can able to see a T at the end. It means that the folder is with the sticky bit permission. Now user, okay, after applying the sticky bit permission, user Satish is trying to delete the file called Sony here. See here, now he is getting the operation permitted. Though we have a full permission to a directory, okay, though we have a full permission to a file, okay, when the sticky bit permission is applied, okay, people cannot delete or rename the other user's file which is owned by the other user. So this is something the sticky bit permission. See, for an example, I can give an example. You can consider the YouTube website. Okay, so each user will be uploading. Okay, each user. Okay, each user will be uploading their the own videos, right? Each user will be uploading their own YouTube videos. Now, all other users can able to only view it. They will be not having an access to delete or rename. Okay, though it is in a public forum, other people can able to view it, can comment it, but they cannot rename or they cannot delete it. So same as like that, the sticky bit permission. We have in a public directory called FlashDump. All the users can able to create the files, but each and every user will not have the permission to delete or rename the others permission, others file. So that is about the sticky bit permission here. So this is how we apply this permissions. So again we have some two more special permissions on the ACL. So which we will be seeing in the tomorrow's class.